Together, they took some gold nuggets, returned the chest to the river, and sneaked back to the village. As Ola swam back to the surface of the river, he confidently announced that he had seen it. Khadija could not hide the smile that spread across her face at the sight of his excitement. Curious about her experience, he asked if she had ever seen the goddess before. Khadija responded that she had not. She explained that she was going to see her during the village festival when she would perform the ritual. Ola, however, was not as enthusiastic as Khadija. He told her that he still believed the story she had told him was just a superstition. Despite his skepticism, Khadija insisted firmly that the goddess was real and that she would indeed see her during the festival. Ola found himself wondering how the villagers had become so convinced of such a tale. In a blunt moment, Ola asked Khadija if that was the reason she was still a virgin. Khadija replied with conviction that it was worth it. Ola then questioned how the villagers could keep a chest of gold in the river for so long without using it to improve their village. He thought it would have been more practical to sell the gold and use the money for development. Trying to keep the mood light, Khadija asked Ola if he had any wishes before they left the river. Ola grinned and said, "I wish this beautiful lady would be mine one day." Khadija blushed, her cheeks warming in the soft sunlight. After their swim, Ola couldn't wait to share his excitement. When he got home, he told Godwin all about what he had seen at the riverbed. Godwin was surprised but urged Ola to respect the village's traditions. Still, Ola's curiosity nagged at him. Day after day, his thoughts kept drifting back to that chest of gold resting underwater. Eventually, he decided to return to the river secretly to check it out himself. When he arrived, he found the chest was locked and inaccessible, which disappointed him. Determined to satisfy his curiosity, Ola sought Khadija's help, knowing she had the key to the chest. She agreed to show him the treasure, and together they went to the river on the eve of the festival. As they pulled the chest from the water, Khadija expressed her unease about opening it. She explained that she was supposed to open the treasure during the festival and pray to it, hoping that the goddess would forgive her for wanting to prove her existence to Ola. Ola watched in amazement as Khadija unlocked the chest, revealing a pile of gold nuggets. He was stunned and struggled to believe his eyes. "I told you it was true," Khadija said softly. "Do you know how much this is worth?" Ola marveled. Khadija responded that not everything was about money, emphasizing that the village had peace, love, and abundance. Ola pointed out that the village lacked basic amenities, to which Khadija argued that they were content and happy as they were. Ola disagreed, telling her that the villagers were brainwashed. "What are you trying to prove?" Khadija asked him. Looking compassionately into her eyes, Ola saw an opportunity to convince Khadija to leave the village and live a better life. "We can sell some gold and make our life better," Ola answered, his voice gentle but firm. He explained that selling the gold could fund her education and give her a chance at a fuller life beyond the village. Khadija expressed that she was content with her current life, but Ola was persistent in his efforts. Ola urged Khadija to consider the opportunities she had missed since completing her NYSC and returning to the village. He dismissed the belief in the river goddess as mere brainwashing and encouraged her to seize the chance to improve her life instead of remaining stuck. Khadija sighed deeply, thinking about everything, while Ola gently took her hand and looked into her eyes with compassion. "I'm scared," she admitted, her voice trembling. "I'm here, nothing will happen to you," Ola assured her. He promised that after the festival, they would leave the village without anyone knowing. Khadija asked about his NYSC, but Ola said he did not care because the gold could change their lives forever. Khadija wondered why a rich kid like Ola wanted money so badly. Ola explained that he had spent his whole life using his parents' money and wanted to have his own wealth. Khadija smiled and finally agreed with him. Together, they took some gold nuggets, returned the chest to the river, and sneaked back to the village. On their way back, Khadija shared her fear about handling the ritual after stealing from the goddess. Ola reassured her that she would never actually meet any goddess because it did not exist. On the day of the festival, the entire village dressed in bright white, their voices rising in traditional songs that filled the air with energy and hope. Ola and Godwin joined the celebrations, while Khadija prepared for her sacred ritual with the elders. When the ceremony ended, a bell rang, calling everyone to the palace courtyard. Khadija stepped forward, dressed in white, holding a calabash with offerings. The crowd fell to their knees, showing deep respect. Khadija walked toward the river, and Ola noticed the villagers staring at the sky. Curious, he asked Godwin what they were waiting for. Godwin said quietly, "A rainbow will appear soon, showing the goddess has accepted the ritual." Ola smiled inside, thinking it was just superstition. Suddenly, screams erupted from the riverbank. Everyone froze. The elders rushed to the river and returned carrying Khadija's limp body. Fear and panic spread through the crowd. As the elders consulted the gods, Ola felt a cold dread. Some villagers whispered that Khadija might not have been a virgin, casting doubt and fear across the village. Godwin turned to Ola and asked, "Did you sleep with her?" "No," Ola said nervously, "but I did something worse." When Godwin pressed for details, Ola confessed they had stolen some of the river treasure the night before. Godwin reacted with disbelief and anger. "I caused this. I should confess," Ola said, guilt weighing heavily on him. "No," Godwin replied firmly. "Do you still have the gold?" "Yes, but I can't let anything happen to Khadija," Ola said worriedly. "Maybe the gold isn't why this happened," Godwin suggested calmly. "Let's wait for the elders to say what the goddess wants." After a few minutes, one of the elders announced that Khadija had brought the river goddess's wrath upon the village, though it was unclear what she had done. The elder urged anyone who knew what had happened to come forward so they could correct the mistake and save her life. They only had 2 hours. Everyone grew anxious, especially Khadija's parents, who pleaded for the truth to come out. Ola told Godwin that he would confess, but Godwin insisted they let the elders heal Khadija while they kept the gold hidden. "You only care about the gold now?" Ola frowned. "No, I care about you. Confessing means death," Godwin said. The elders would heal her. Ola was tempted by Godwin's suggestion. If the elders healed Khadija, they could escape with the gold. But just then, he recalled the memory of his promise to Khadija, his vow to protect her no matter what held him back. "I deserve the punishment, not her," Ola insisted. He remained convinced that confessing was the only solution and left the palace to retrieve the stolen gold nuggets. He returned and knelt before the king, confessing in front of everyone that he had caused Khadija suffering by convincing her to steal from the river treasure. The crowd was shocked by his honesty. The elders returned the gold to the river, while Ola was locked in a cell. Sitting there, he prayed silently for Khadija's recovery. 2 hours passed, but she was still unconscious. "I am sorry for disrespecting you and your culture," Ola prayed to the river goddess. "Khadija doesn't deserve this. Take me instead." Tears streamed down his face. Later, they took him to the river where the villagers gathered to punish him. He knelt beside Khadija's still form as everyone wept in sorrow. Her mother cried out, "We cared for you, loved you, and you repay us by hurting my daughter." The king, heartbroken, ordered Khadija's burial by the river. Ola deeply closed his eyes and begged the river goddess to bring her back. Suddenly, the river swelled like an ocean wave, and water sprayed onto Khadija's body. When Ola opened his eyes, he saw the goddess visible in the river. Shocked, he widened his eyes as the crowd erupted in cheers and shouts. He noticed that Khadija had awakened. In gratitude to the goddess for forgiving him and granting his request, Ola turned to look again but found the goddess had disappeared. Ola was forgiven by the villagers and learned the true value of respecting their culture. Following his apology to Khadija, he went on to share with her that he had encountered the river goddess. Their relationship grew stronger. He and Godwin continued serving in the village, adjusting to local ways and embracing the tradition and kindness around them. Ola realized that Koji culture was sacred and that the inner peace of the villagers was more valuable than gold or material wealth.